Hello, this video is about teaching in 5 dimensions. I'm starting this video by in this clothes because I think I'm looking better in this clothes and with this background. But the topic is ugly and it's hard to learn. That's why you will see me talking with difficulty and looking differently and looking ugly. Sorry, sometimes to learn things can be a little bit ugly way and so on. So I think this is very important. Okay, this video I start teaching about 5 dimensions. Let me say, Klaus, you have these 3 dimension classical. And a lot of people also counting for time as the 4th dimensions. What I give to you is an extra dimension, which is energy. And I will have to turn the word around, so I will say energy is the 1st dimension, time is the 2nd dimension, then you have your classical 3 dimensions. If you are watching a star, you can only watch the star because it sends energy to you. That's why this is the 3rd dimension. Where is the star position? You have to, if you have described it to the other people, you have to also account for a time scale because it changes where it's placed on the sky. This is why time is also the 2nd dimension. The other one which is placed, and then you could where is it at energy, time, and then you have the classical 3 dimensions. By that, then you know which star it is and you can describe it to other people. This is the 5 dimensional. I'm sorry, but this video is very long and I thought it was easy, but it was difficult. So it's okay if you jump in it. When at this time, there I will be talking about 5 dimensional again, and then I will be talking a little bit about that and how it changes time. And with that time changes everything. And then there's some lot of clips at Lüneburg I demonstrate, and the meaning is that you have to see this clip again. These clips are very long, and then if you don't want to watch it, you have to jump to this time code. Okay, let me start teaching in 5 dimension again. I will be very slow and I'm making mistakes because this is hard. But I will end the movie at this time code. And at that I will finish this lecture and so on. Sorry, this will be a long video. In this world you don't know anything about the 5 dimensions. You're very sure about there's only 3 dimensions, which is a little weird for me. I guess as I see your world now, you're a little behind in technology compared to my world. So I think it's time for me to teach you in the 5 dimension how to think about it. 5 dimensions, what is it shortly? Of course, the first dimension is energy and mass. You don't have that as a dimension, very weird. And the 2nd dimension is, of course, again, as I said, of course, don't mean to insult you or people around upon this world. Is of course time. And it comes to the little bit complicated with the last 3 dimensions. So they can change, you know, these last 3 dimensions. They change its positions and so on, and nobody ever. But as I remember it, the 3 last dimensions is dimension 3 is from right to left, from right to left. Again, you can say that in different ways. And dimension 4 is from back to forward, from back to forward. Again, it has different kind of names here. And dimension 5 is from up to down and up to down. These are the basic 5 dimensions in the world I'm coming from. And when you're using these 5 dimensions, it's easier to creating technology. I think that's the reason why you're behind. I know you think you are not behind. You think you are the most smartest creation in the whole universe. Maybe you are, but from my point of view, you are so far behind. So I think I always look for a reason. There's always a reason why things happen, and this is crazy things. Crazy things have happened. I don't understand them yet, but they have happened. And I think the reason these mercurial things have happened is that I have to teach you about the 5 dimensions. I think it's my goal to educate you in the 5 dimension. So again, this video is a lecture in the 5 dimensions, and in this lecture is the time to better to understand the time dimensions, and also telling a little bit story about me. Sorry, it's everything is connected and so on. This is the part of with all the 5 dimensional thinking and the benefits, and it's also some, I guess that you have a more simple world in these 3 dimensions, where 5 dimensions make it a little more difficult to understand things, but it creating a whole other benefits afterwards. Okay, I think there's a lot to come in here. That's why I'm talking all kind of things here. So today's lecture is about the time dimensions. And guess the dimension of time, there's a lot of elements in that dimension and so on. But in this topic is that time changes things. And you're thinking, yeah, of course, we know. Because you already live with 5 dimensions. That's the reason it's so weird for me now. Because you are using 5 dimensions, and you doing that in your calculation and how and so on, you communicated it, but you still defined the world is to be only in 3 dimensions. I guess it's come down to a point of view, and I have another point of view. I think my point of view has some very benefits, but more for that. Back to the lecture. Time changes everything. So in this lecture I will show a whole long of videos where me arriving in Lüneburg and trying to figure it out, my new life here on this world. When you're watching this movie, if you're watching this video for the first time and you're watching it at around the time it get released to your internet here, it will make no sense. I guess it will be making all kind of craziness and so on. And or there's also chance that maybe it will make perfectly sense for you what you will be seeing of me. And the point with this 5 dimension is that what you are watching will change. So the what is your assignment is, if you want to choose it, maybe you think it's too boring and it's too complicated. I understand that. Being perfect engineering is not for everybody. But if you really want to do that, this is a lecture. Okay, back to being serious. What you have to do to put beside this is watching the whole thing and write down your point of view. What are you watching? What is your expression? Wow, is that crazy? Oh no, I understand everything. This is what it's about. I don't know. There's whole different things. People are different. People see the world in different eyes and so on. So you write what your impression of it. Yeah, the first time you're watching the movie. And the magic, there's no magic, but I would call it magic because step by step it's learning. The things with this one is that you have to keep that written down and so on, and in a couple of years or at another time maybe you watch the same movie again. Of course you could skip it to watch my long introduction here will maybe feel long what is it called, boring for you at that time. But so you could skip it to the point, and then you can watch the clip showing you again, and then you should go down, see what you have written. So this first time you're watching the movie, and then you will see if you still have the same impression of what you're watching. And my fortune telling capability of that your impression of it will change. So this is a lecture that times change this thing. That's so simple. This is the good thing about the universe. It always comes down to very simple elements, and then it's a little more complicated, but basically you have very complicated and it comes down to something very simple, and then you have to move it around and then it gets very complicated again. This is how things are when you are good in five-dimensional thinking and so on. If this is the first thing you're watching about this, well, and you will and you will finish the whole journey of understanding the world in 5 dimensions. Whoa! I say that you are in for a long, yeah. Wow. Go clip. So how is it to go? Okay, that's too weird. So now it's almost 2 days since I decided that I will try to be a professional YouTuber. I mean, what options do I have? And this video is about going around Germany with this Deutschland ticket, which means like a Germany ticket. I explain a little bit about the concept. That is that you are able to go around for free with all buses and trains for the whole German there. Oh my god. Okay, we take that one more time. Du skal ikke være smart der, så kan du få tæsk. Oh, it's a little bit. Yeah. I'm now filming on location in Lüneburg, and this video is all about going around Germany with this Deutschland ticket. The whole concept of Deutschland ticket is that you have free buses and free trains to whole Germany for a month, and you pay every month. So that's very cheap. way to travel. There's some problems with it. And if you also want to making YouTube videos and exploring and so on, there's also some challenge. The challenge is demonstrating right now. I'm standing in the middle of the street. People are walking right far from me. You can hear buses, you can hear trains and so on. Right now there's not so many people at this moment, but they can be very soon. So normally you film like this because you want to show the world around you, and you can see that now. I know there's like no people behind me, but they're coming everywhere. I was almost hit by a bike there. This is almost the same story as in Denmark, or is it worse in Holland actually, with all these traveling bikes. But you have to pay attention, and it's very hard to be an asshole and just standing here and doing your own ego trips. But gotta make a living, you know. And if you have been following my videos, you know the story behind it. So what is the good trick when you are traveling around Germany? Well, I can tell you what you should not do. You should not be able to have so much heavy gear with you. You know, so that's Roland that has packed my gear here, and it's very hard to get it right there. Okay, I have to turn the camera around. Okay, and all this gear, I don't know how much it weighs, but it weighs a lot. You have maybe see that in the last video I sent. I just realized that I have uploaded the wrong video. I have uploaded it just a part of the video, and the title is in Danish and so on. It's a disaster. It's not a disaster. Disaster, that's a big word, but it's not good. It's not good at all. So I will, when I have a little bit of time, I will go down and upload the right movie. When I'm uploading and making all these movies, I like zero or watching them. As I have read about it, it's all about making contents and making stuff and making stuff and making stuff and making stuff. So that's what I'm doing. I'm making stuff. And this stuff is about Deutschland tickets. So what is the experience about Deutschland tickets? Well, I really like to show some footage around going in the train, with the trains and so on, but they are very difficult to film due to that nobody wants to be recognizing, and you're not allowed to just put people on your video and so on. And but this also make it very difficult to film here because you have to be attention to not putting people on it. But I think it's a very good concept if you can put your luggage down. You must remember, you are not, when you take a Deutschland ticket, you are not allowed to take all the fancy trains. You only take the simple trains and so on. That means they have not so much luggage storage. So if I do, or when I do this again, I really need to be more aware about what it is. Okay, I have this excuse that Roland has packed all my gears and so on. But talking about Roland, I was just talking to her mother. It is a little bit weird and so on. Talking to a lady that thinks I'm her son and so on. Hard things coming. But Deutschland ticket, it's way to look into it. I think I will make a new video after this, where I like after March, maybe I get a little smarter. I am dumb right now. There's so much happening. If you've been following the other episodes and so on, you know it's very, very, very crazy to go to change world and so on. But gotta find it. And the way of speaking is also different now. It's okay. That's what I had to say about Deutschland ticket. Maybe I get a little more when I am editing this video and so on, and there will come more. Why do nobody wear hats anymore? Nobody wear hats. I'm wearing a hat, but if you see, this is tricky again. I'm in the same place where I made the Deutschland ticket video. So, you can see some people around and so on. I don't think you can identify one of them. I will look up that when I'm making the video and so on. But nobody has hats on. How crazy is that? There's nobody's hat on. Where I come from, it's very not natural. What is the advantage with a hat? I guess I have to explain the simple things for all you people here in this world. Well, a hat, it covers you from sun and covers you from rain, and it also makes you keep the head on, keep holding. It's warmer when you take it out. It's getting colder on your head and so on. So keeps your head warm also. I know. I have studied this. That a lot of people think it's not good to have hat on if it's very hot. But that's, I guess, I don't know where they get that information for the. You have a whole ventilation system around your head and so on with a hat on. Of course, you need to have a good hat. I guess maybe this all come down to good hats and bad hats. And I don't know, maybe I will have to look into the history of hats. Because maybe it's just start with bad hats and now nobody wearing hats. And guess that's what I had to say about hats. Being a professional YouTuber, what does it require? As the information I have right now, guess you have to have about 1 million subscribers or something, or at least like 100,000 to make a living and so on. And then you also have to start promoting all kind of shit. It's hard living, but what options do I have? And as I studied, a lot of YouTubers have these problem. What kind of content can I make in my videos? What is that to talk about? Well, for me right now, as I'm in luck because I have a lot of things to talk about. You know, it's a whole new world for me, and there's a lot of things to discover. And but as I see it, it's a problem to making long videos. They have to be short. It's a little bit funny world, and nobody wants to study real things and so on. But they're interested in. But you have to, guess you have to make advanced things very short and so on, make nice. And I'm in a little bit of luck because I have old Roland's material and so on.
Damn,
so.
What's up, man?
Thank you. So. See, that will have been good to the other video where I was talking about hats, because people just reacting to my hat think it was good. I guess they think it's something like what is called United States or something. It's a little bit funny because we have another system where I come from, but I guess you have to see some more videos. And that may make me bring it back to what I think. I just think I don't know anything, but I think the whole concept is that you have to get people hooked on your channel and so on. Feed them. Oh, this is difficult to say, but I guess you have to be honest. Feed them all kinds of garbage so they keep on hanging to watching your product and so on. Yeah, I'm honest now, and you have to forget that what I said that before, because I hope I can entertain you. Hard to do that. everybody says stunt, and what do I know? This is not my world. I'm just an alien here. So making YouTube video. This is also about YouTube. While I'm making this clip, but making YouTube videos is all. They all say that it's hard to get content and so on. Find something to talk about, and then I'm a little bit lucky. So I don't know if it's a good idea. The future will show, but I guess I have to start telling my real name, which is Kemsyl Von Uelzen, and that's very difficult. I mean, I just drive past a city called Uelzen. It's funny because that's also the city I was coming from. It was also called Uelzen. I think it's a whole different laying in other area and so on. But my city was called Uelzen. So I feel like maybe I could go down visit Lüneburg, but I don't think he will be there. I mean, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what happens. What's time and scale? I don't know if it's alive anyway. Maybe there's past millions of years and so on. I don't know. But that will be another video for how the university recept is built up. It's a funny way you think it's built up. Of course, I don't know anything either yet, but I have a whole different idea. That should also make some videos. So I guess I'm a little bit lucky because I have so much content to say. I have so much entertainment to give you too. If you think this is entertainment, what do I know again? Just as I'm recording this, there's only one thing I know, is that nobody is watching my videos and so on. But I guess they will be. I mean, the videos, they will stay on the internet. I think they will stay. And then probably maybe people will watch them later on and so on. There's some analyzing. I have to look into that. I guess I have to make more videos about being a YouTuber and so on. The movie you just saw, if you have seen somebody in the background, you'll say, okay, if I see him again, I know he was in Lüneburg. You have to write me in the note field, because then I have to go down, change this movie and blur them out. This is the end of the movie. Thank you for watching it so long. I know it's been hard. I've been looking ugly, I've been talking nonsense maybe, and making speech mistake. For somebody, this is unforgivable. But I try to, this is what the best I can do. These 5 dimensions I'm trying to teach you is a very powerful tool. It gives the possibility to create the best possible technical solutions that is available for you. And if you don't have these opportunities, you give the possibility to change your opportunity so you can create a better solutions. Very powerful stuff, I think. Of course there are some downsides. The downside is that things can get complicated and you easily get sidetracked. Thank you for watching it. I know maybe it has been hard, maybe you have fun. I hope you have fun. But this is a long road to get the education. For me, the journey starts 32 years ago. For Roland, it starts 32 years ago. It's a long way, but it's powerful. Thank you for watching it so long. You're the best. Enjoy it.